Rocket, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth of sincerity. Now this is just a couple of quick scriptures. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 5. It said, I will get me unto the great men. Now the great men is talking about the Lord's elect, man. You know, the ones that's following up after his word, doing his work. Yaharatazah, we have the men, and will speak unto them through his scriptures, for they have known the way of the Lord Yahweh, and the judgment of their power. But these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bonds, right? They came out of the mentality and the philosophies of America, man. How? By taking heed unto the truth, man. That's why you see all these camps raising up, man. Well, actually, that was my next precept. But yeah, that's why you see all these camps raising up, because the Lord waking up his men, the great men, for the times to come. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. It says, this second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds, by way of remembrance. Right? Because them great men was reincarnated back into this time, man. And was woken up through the spirit of Abba Shema Shai from Abba Bivens, which was Elias, right through the through King David, which is Arya and Marsha Slakia. Arya dang it, slipping my tongue, Slakia. Down the Apostle Tahar, Gabar, Aram Lab, and the rest of the apostles and elders, man. Salakia. It says, this second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the prophets, by the holy prophets, right through these scriptures, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, that's you church members, mocking the truth, walking after what y'all believe in, and what y'all see fit, for y'all and shit, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation, right? So they don't believe at all, man. They believe that this world is going, continue, It says, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished, right? That was during the time of Noah. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men, right? For you niggas, man. You niggas, you 2/3 heathens gonna be thrown in the fire too. Because of the wickedness of this world, man. You got whole communities that they got sanctioned off for homosexuals, transgenders. But yeah, man, this society is wicked, man. That's why it's gonna be hit by thermonuclear fire. This is Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That's the chariots, man. The chariots. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Right, Esau, one of Esau's snares is the New World Order. It says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings thou shalt trust. That's the chariots, man. Because ultimately America going to be destroyed. And Yahweh will of the elect, we're going to need to be delivered. Because when you see the missiles come out the sky, you're going to hope you of the Lord's elect, man. It says, truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Knowing this knowledge is what's going to save us. It says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, for the arrow that flieth by day, the nuclear missile, nor for the pestilence, the diseases that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Right? Because Esau, it's gonna be a lot of shit going on in this time, man. It's gonna be a lot of man-made. It can be a lot of man-made diseases being pushed out. They call them bioplagues. Or just, the Lord sending, the Black Death or something worse than the Black Death. That's going to drop thousands and thousands of people, man. It says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Right, and the wicked is 2/3 of Israel, man. Esau can be included up in there too, right along with the rest of the heathens, man. We're going to see them, how right I live the elect, them get burnt up by nuclear thermal fire, man. That's Revelation chapter 15, verse 1. This is Revelation chapter 15, verse 1. It says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels, having the 7 last plagues, which represent the nuclear missiles. For in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh Shai. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. Right, that sea of glass represents us being in the chariot, looking out of the windows at the fire, man, as we being delivered. Yahweh of the elect. It says, and them that gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps. The harps represent the truth. Oh yeah, how about Shema Shai, man? Right. So the point is, we're gonna see them, get destroyed by these nuclear missiles, man. But that's what they get, man. That's what they deserve, because all the wickedness that's going on in this society, man. The society is a perverse and wicked society, man, that needs to be destroyed. But that's it, man. Just a couple of scriptures. All praise Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth with sincerity. Shalom.
For your love I will go far. I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
Matt and Chris have been together 8 years, but they no longer share their bed with just each other. Meet New York's newest relationship status. Chris, Matt and Kate are a throuple.
The word throuple was just used to describe us since the beginning. We really didn't know what to call ourselves.
Chris and Matt have been together for 6 years before Chris suggested they open up their relationship, and it was then Chris met Kate.
Matt had never had any experience with women before he had met me. Before I met Matt, you know, I had dated quite a few girls. I'd say it was pretty like even balance. At first he was completely opposed to it, but after a while, you know, like, he was like, okay, like if you want to pursue, like occasionally, like, you know, you're more than welcome to do it, but he didn't want to partake in it. One night we came back home, and then that sort of opened up Matt's eyes and saying, hey, like, you know, this is actually, you know, kind of enjoyable also. But
It's not that scary.
yeah.
I would say we have it's a pretty fun sex life.
Both Chris and Kate describe themselves as bisexual, whereas Matt describes his sexuality as homoflexible.
I'm homoflexible, so I like guys. I'm open, like flexible to women. I prefer men. I guess I had an awakening after I was in a sexual experience with a woman, and I was like, oh, it is just another body, it's a soul, it's a connection that I can have.
I was in a very, very monogamous relationship for about 5 years before I met Chris and Matt. They opened my eyes to the world of polyamory, and here we are.
But not everything has been smooth running for this adventurous threesome.
When we first got together, I was struggling with the jealousy, with having like a very strong connection with Chris, and sometimes feeling like frustrated that I would have to split time with Matt. With a lot of that came a lot of insecurity.
And it was a struggle even for me. The insecure part of me is like, oh, well, Chris loves me more because he's been with me longer. But then he told me, you know, like, I love you just as much as I love Kate. I was kind of like, oh my God, I need to come to terms with that.
However, things must be going well, because this throuple have now been living together in their one-bedroom apartment for 2 years, and have even discussed the possibility of having kids one day.
Yeah, as far as kids, like, I think any child would be lucky to have, like, 3 parents, like, but we have 2 dogs for now, and we're pretty happy with that.